Welcome to the 19th annual edition of the Turf and Tools podcast. 19 years going strong.
Yeah, right.
How are you, Karthik?
Good, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast.
We are once again live on YouTube as we're filming this. So thank you to everyone watching. Do appreciate you watching and your questions throughout the podcast.
And it's Tuesday too, so it just goes straight out today, doesn't it?
It will. I'll have to edit the video straight after you go. We're a little bit behind again this week. I've been that busy. I knew we were meant to record yesterday. Normally I'm like, oh, what are your movements? And I didn't hear from you, and I'm like, oh.
That's why I sent you the message, because I fully intended to come yesterday.
Yeah.
And then, it wasn't going to happen. We talked off camera, but I was not just too tired to be able to do it.
Hey, we'll start off. We did have, this is probably the first Turf and Tools Karthik sort of related thing.
Yeah, first acknowledgement of my existence.
Milwaukee, because it is winter,
yep.
They've got their range of heated, what do they call it, heated workwear?
Heated jackets,
and, which I am actually sporting, and I've genuinely been wearing it. They did send them out for us to try, so I'll be very transparent in that. They also sent Karthik one, which he's going to open now because it's a little bit chilly, isn't it?
It is frosty this morning.
Get your laughing gear around that.
Straight into the tools.
I don't think that's the right phrase, but so Karthik's got the medium hoodie. What's it made of, Karthik?
Feels like a hoodie material.
So these are battery operated. They've got some heat elements in them.
They're cool. The grey ones. You got the black ones, yeah?
I've got the jacket. Well, yours is more of a...
Yours feels like a all-weather, like rainproof one. This one feels more... What's the word?
I was going to say cotton, but not wool, no.
No. They're soft and...
What's it? It'll say on the thing what it's made of.
Good point.
Yeah, anyway...
We're organised as always.
They come with a little charger that you put in your pocket, and... Yeah, that goes in there like that, and then they've got these little...
See, finally being a part of this podcast pays off for me.
Yeah.
I get a hoodie out of it.
So I've got a battery for you there that is charged up.
Let me put it on.
That in. You've got to go in the pocket, put the battery in the pocket. They run on the M12 batteries. Karthik, make sure you're on camera. Let us know how Karthik looks in his new hoodie / heated jacket. How do you go for the size there?
I think I picked it right.
Did you?
It's big, but it's good because you're always gonna have a layer underneath at the.
Yeah, I feel for me the sizes are a little bit bigger than what I'm used to. In that, I went a medium, and it's.
Well, I'm glad I went
probably
the medium,
a little bit big for me.
Feels right. Is there a battery in there already, or is that?
No, that's the holder.
Right.
You got to open that, put that in. But I've genuinely been wearing mine just snuggling on the lounge. It's like having a nice little heated blanket.
Actually, for people that's not watching the live YouTube right now, they're probably wondering what we're talking about.
Well, you probably need to get on the microphone, mate, or people won't be able to hear you. But someone asked about do they have decent zips? They always break. Are you talking about zips in general or these? I haven't had an issue. I've only had it for a few days, but it seems all right to me. Seems very zippy. Yeah. This isn't like paid promotion or anything. They did send them out, but it's just cold. Karthik was shivering earlier, so I thought we'd get him hooked up.
Is that it?
Yeah, so you put that in your pocket. So you put an M12 battery in your pocket, and then
it's got a separate pocket for it. Yeah.
Then you've got that little... Sit down near the microphone, Karthik. It's a podcast, for Christ's sake.
I'm just trying to get the jacket on first. Jesus,
and then you just hold that thing down. You'll feel like it's a little blister button. And then... Sorry, idiot. You'll be surprised how quickly they warm up.
Do they really?
Yeah, I genuinely...
I think it looks all right?
Yeah, it actually suits you. I don't know about with the grey with the brown pants.
I do tend to pull off most things that I wear, so it's all right, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's Karthik in the M12 heated hoodie. Let me know what you think. What does he look like? Let us know if the grey and the brown... Would you say they're brown pants?
Yeah, they are brown pants, yeah.
Let us know if the grey and brown work. I think the black and the navy blue works better for me.
Gotta get your pink slippers on. Hey, thank you, Milwaukee. Thanks for sending it out, and thanks for actually acknowledging my presence as well.
I exist.
Yeah. I actually get 2 acknowledgements, don't I, this week?
What was the other one?
Behind you.
Oh, so we've had our very first fan art. I did forget about that. Sorry, thank you for reminding me, Karthik. sitting right behind me. You won't be able to see, obviously, if you're
Your head's
listening
blocking it.
to the audio version. But this was sent by someone from New Zealand named Bryce. Wanted to send something to pretty up the background of our podcast. Nice little painting. It's an original. What's it say? Turf and Tools by Tim the Lawnmower Man. And Karthik. There's a little N Karthik
terms
there.
and conditions at the corner and Karthik.
Yeah, I mean, mention's a mention.
Yeah,
so
no,
thank you, Bryce,
I'll
for that.
take it.
He's posted that all the way from New Zealand. So
It's amazing.
That's very nice of someone to go to the effort of making original art for us. Hopefully he's watching the podcast. So we've got some artwork. We've got some heated jackets. What do you think of the battery in the pocket?
No, it's got, like, I was wondering that. It doesn't get in the way, because I thought it would kind of get in the way of the actual main pocket, but it's got a separate pouch. I can tuck it behind it, so it's sitting on the side there.
Mine does feel a little like feels like your pockets are full. You know that?
Okay. Well, I just tucked it around the
Not
back.
in that I can't put stuff in my pockets, just that weight of, oh my
Something.
God, Kevo. This is a new first for us.
Style icon, he calls me.
Yeah, but he's given us I think that's a super chat. He's given $2.99. That is not needed, but thank you very much.
Yep.
Kevo, I'll have to transfer that $2.99 to you, Karthik.
No, thank you very much. No, I appreciate that, Kev, but don't do that. Yeah.
My pocket feels a little bit weighted, you know, like when you've got your keys and your phone and all that in one pocket. It's not a tiny battery. The M12 batteries aren't tiny.
But I'm assuming it's going to last a while on a jacket like this, right? Like you can probably run it all day and you're probably fine.
You've got the 3 amp hour there.
Should I check
I don't think it'll run all day.
No?
No, I've run them out. I haven't checked the runtime, but I will do some more testing on it.
All right, let's take a look. 3 amp, yep.
Yeah, that would be the only thing I sort of say about it. You can feel you've got that little bulge there.
But if they make it any smaller, it'd probably run out too quickly as well, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's comfortable as well.
I've genuinely been...
Just keeping it on.
Yeah. Whenever I go out the back or...
Tell you what, I was telling you about what time I was leaving for work the last a few weeks, isn't it? This is going to come in handy when I'm traveling the morning at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come in handy.
The other thing that I...
Might actually get me to go out and mow my lawn this winter.
Really?
Is that what's stopping you? With the cold and the wet, yeah. Well, take away the cold and I'll just have to deal with the wet part of it now.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, it's not a wet weather jacket, mate. But the other thing I'm not massive on is the actual control for it. Like, the buttons are a little bit sort of hit and miss for me. I'm like, have I pressed it? And then I've got to look down like that. Again, it works, functional. I do really like it, but it's just...
What are you having an issue with the buttons?
I'm not. I'm just saying it's
2, 3.
Yours is a lot more print. See how you've got a raised button? Mine's not raised. Oh, yeah, it is actually.
Is that this year's model? Yeah.
You know what? That's actually, I just realised that's a me problem. So.
Yeah, that's that. Usually
I just realised, actually, the buttons are very good. See, I was thinking you press the bit where the actual...
The lights are?
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's a me problem.
You know the bit that looks like a button? Yeah, that's the button.
Wow, okay. Thank you.
That's all right.
Sarah thinks the grey looks great. Let's celebrate their 5th super on the live stream. Looks like Kev gives super chats to multiple people. His 5th super chat. Congratulations. Lucky Kiwis with no snakes to worry about when they mow their lawn. That's true. What is the brand and where do you get them from? This Milwaukee. How much are they, Karthik? Do you want to look that up?
I was going to get the box out to show them what it looked like.
Look it up. Tell me how much they
Milwaukee.
are. Look up your one and we'll tell you how much they are. I made some tool purchases this week also. I'll talk about that while you're looking that up.
Yeah, go for it.
I did ask last week in the podcast, I wanted to get a new toolkit, like impact, drill, grinder, circular saw, and I've got a hammer drill as well. And 90% of the comments in there were Makita and Milwaukee.
Yep. I think they got, Makita is the sort of tried and tested, and then Milwaukee's range, I think, is always sort of really popular, right? They got
tried and tested. And
like, they've been around. Like, you get
haven't both of them been around?
I guess so. I don't know. Okay, you keep going. Maybe I should just shut up.
So I was tempted to look at because I previously had the 18-volt Makita stuff, and I was very happy with it. I like the batteries. I still think they're the most satisfying batteries to put in a tool. Like, they're easy to put in, easy to put in, easy to put out. Other brands, I haven't been as happy with. Even to like Makita's 40 volt stuff is harder to put in.
Yep.
The bigger the batteries get, the harder they get as well to put in. So I was kind of weighing up between the 40 volt Makita stuff and Milwaukee 18 volt. I ended up going with the 18 volt Milwaukee just because I thought, I can kind of compare to what I had in the Makita stuff, and it's like just to try something different. So I did buy these, just to be clear, these weren't gifted or anything. I bought, oh, there's the drill. Sorry, the impact. And I've already put them to work. So I ended up getting that, but I also went out and splurged because it was end of year tax time, and I did get the nail guns as well, the finishing nailer and the impact and the framing one.
Yep.
So yeah, went out and spent some money.
I don't know what the other tool was, but I saw that video you put out of the Milwaukee, the thing that pumps out the water.
Well, I was literally at the checkout at Total Tools, just because that's my local, the closest place, and I had the holes out the back for the fence, and they were full of water, and I'm like, I'd seen that previously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just ran back and got it and
picked it up.
So,
what's it called? Like what?
M12 stick transfer pump.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so it's a stick looking. Have you got the price of the jacket?
Jackets.
You go into the jacket. You tell them.
Yeah, the jacket looks like it's $150, give or take. There's places that I have them listed for like $148.50, and then there's places that I have them listed for.
Is that yours or are the actual?
Well, that's both of them. I see them listed at some places at $150, black and the grey, and then I've seen the black. Actually, the black one's listed at $269 at Tools Warehouse.
Yeah.
So you obviously picked the pricier one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I genuinely got to say, yeah, they were sent to us, but after wearing it for a few days around here in the cold, and it is very cold here, I'm outside a lot, I genuinely like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't say if I didn't.
Do they also make like gloves and stuff? Like heat
I don't think so.
No?
Well, I don't know. But, yeah.
Yep.
So this is the M12 transfer stick pump, or stick transfer pump, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's just got a little.
So that just goes in
you
the
put
hole?
it in
wherever the water is.
Source, yeah, and it sucks it up and then throws it out there. You can put a hose or something on there, but it works ridiculously well.
And it runs on the same batteries as these,
batteries,
M12 batteries.
This feels like a Milwaukee ad, this whole podcast.
Well,
but again, it's
you,
not.
You shop Milwaukee, so what do you?
Well, I spent like $4,000 on Milwaukee stuff, so it's not a podcast. It's also not an endorsement. I just wanted to try the Milwaukee stuff because I've tried the Makita stuff. So,
but the nail gun was, I just had a couple of goes at it, and it was super satisfying. And that could be a nail gun universally, like not just a Milwaukee one.
Yeah, they
but it was super satisfying to use it. And
I used to have the pass load ones, like the gas ones, which is again is overkill for me. But I've done a few projects at multiple houses with
over
them.
the years. Yeah,
and when you have them, you're like, oh, awesome! It's cool to have them here.
Yeah.
But because I did stuff infrequently, and it was gas, and the gas goes off, I thought I'd sell those. So I sold them about 12 months ago with the intention, when I buy some new tools, to get some battery ones, which are more suited to what I do. So, but yeah, man, super satisfying to just.
It is fun to use.
Yeah, I did point at near car, I think, not like in a threatening manner, but he got a little bit nervous. I did have to explain that I don't work like that. What else is going on here? Interesting to see your brand hoist. I think Donna means choice. Again, it's not like I'm not saying Milwaukee's better than Makita or whatever. I just wanted to try the other side because I've tried the Makita ones. So yeah. What else we got going on there? Luke says hello, gents. Hello, Luke. Malik says universal battery mounts coming to Europe soon. Hopefully we do the same.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm assuming he means all different brand batteries.
I have seen them on Temu and that sort of.
Aftermarket kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I think he means, like you can put a Makita battery or something.
Well, you can probably use multiple different brand batteries on the one.
Yeah.
Tool, one brand of tool, so to speak. Yeah. It's got a place.
Yeah.
I would assume most brands are gonna try to not promote it as much as they can, because it takes away from people.
I don't know that, like, I think the batteries have got some sort of technology where they talk to the tool and know when it's like on low voltage or whatever, so it doesn't destroy the.
Well, no, hang on. So you probably write off your warranty guarantees and all of that stuff by using one of those universal mounts, because one brand is gonna
sort of. Something I want to play with.
Yeah, but there's a place for it. If you've got a bunch of old batteries already sitting around.
I don't want to mess around with lithium batteries and...
Yeah, fair call. There's been a few stories with those, haven't there? Yeah.
Alan says, morning fellas, love the show. Can you check on that yard from hell you did over 5 Fremo Fridays? Would like to know if it's getting upkept. Big Al from Queensland. I will when I go past there. I did speak to the gentleman and he had spoken to the local housing person or the services person there, and they were talking about doing ongoing
maintenance.
Stuff. Yeah, so fingers crossed.
That's never your end game, though, is it? In the end, you don't do these with any expectations of them maintaining it after or any of that. You just do it to help them out and move on, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron says Milwaukee have a good selection of mechanic type tools, which is why he went with them. Malik says European Union changed the law to reduce waste. Oh, so maybe it's like an official thing.
Yeah, maybe it's
Is that like an EU regulation?
Like how the phone chargers changed from had to be Type C
That's
everywhere.
What Aaron's saying. Yeah, is it like how phones need to use USB-C? That would be interesting. Yeah. We'll have to look into that actually. I don't know how that'll work though, because they're all different voltage. I don't know. I don't know enough about the tech side of it to
we look into it though. That's probably something the kind of topics we should be talking about as opposed to waffling on like we do.
I prefer just to waffle. So I've been doing heaps this week.
Go on, tell us.
Where was I up to last week with the fence project?
You had, I think, just pretty much dug a couple of holes and that was it. I don't think you'd put a post in yet.
Okay, so I tried the...
that's right. You put the video of you using the geotrencher. And that was kind of the last official update that was out there at that time.
So I needed to build a post and rail fence out the back here just to keep the dogs, like for times like now, while we're on a podcast. And unfortunately, I worked out that like 50 mil down, there was sandstone. So was it last week while we were on the podcast or the week before?
What?
The people from GeoTrencher were watching the podcast.
No, the week before.
The week before, we're watching it live, and they're like, hey, give it a try with the GeoTrencher, which is basically a power saw body with a motorbike size chain on it that is a trencher. So I gave that a bit of a try. It looked a little sketchy. That video on Instagram, Turf and Tools, went nuts. It's done like 2.3 million views or something.
Usually you do dumb stuff on Insta, it tends to get good reactions out of people.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even aiming for that.
I know you weren't trying to. And like we said, that's why I think it's important to mention that it was GeoTrencher that said it'll work, give it a go. It's not obviously a tool for it specifically. And obviously they're meant to do it safely. But it works, and it kind of did. Not ideal, but...
it was enough to get me to do the first post hole.
But then to realise it wasn't the way forward for the rest of them.
But then I'd spoken to Makita in the meantime about trying... I saw they had their 80-volt demo hammer, which is like a...
Yep, I know what a demo hammer is. Yep.
Sorry. Just...
anyway, sorry.
Wow.
Jeez.
So they brought that out... I don't know, last week or something.
Okay.
And I got to work with that. And it was the first time. Have you used one before?
Demo hammer, no. Not even close.
I assumed that it would just be, I just sort of hold it there and it just get, and just stuff breaks up into big pieces. And
it does all the work,
And I don't know if this was my technique or something, which, again, absolutely could be because I've never used one. Or because it's sandstone. Like, I found that if I just sort of let it go, it would just like inject itself into the rock.
Yeah.
Because the rock would like turn to sand.
And then
it would be kind of stuck in there, and then I'd be... So I ended up having to, again, probably doing it wrong. The video for this will be out tomorrow of the whole fence thing, so on YouTube. But I was... using it a little bit, then pulling it up, using it a little bit, like not going too far.
I genuinely thought you were going to say the opposite, where, like, if you just held it there, it would just bounce around and not have any impact, and you'd have to push down on it.
Well, I thought
you had the opposite problem.
I thought I'd have to put a little bit of weight on it, but it was just like injecting itself.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a lot trickier than I thought. It's kind of I got it done. It was just still a lot of work, and because it's a 30+ kilo thing, and you're going down 400, 500, pulling that up and down.
Bits of pickaxe, but still work.
My arms are really tired.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit tie-tie this week. But so, yes, I got the holes done, got the posts in, used another tool that I purchased. I had a big week spending. I haven't spent this much money on tools for a long time. But while I was getting my new toolkit, I got a Bosch laser level, like a 360 one.
Okay, nice.
Which again, overkill for me, but I've got a lot to do here, and I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
So I was able to, get the post plumb and everything, not even with the string line.
So explain the...
don't get me to explain it.
No, explain the 360 part. So how does it work?
Well, a lot of the lasers will just fire like in one direction.
Mm-hmm. So it's doing the X, Y, and Z axis, so to speak.
I guess. I don't want to... Look, I just pressed the laser button, got it going out. But if you put it in the middle of the room here, it would fire a laser the whole 360 way around.
Okay, got it.
The other
vertically.
axis.
Yep.
Which is cool because you can put something there, you can put something there.
Got it.
So I was able to set it up, and I worked this out like halfway through. Those tripods that I've got there, obviously I've got a few of them. It's the same screw-in system.
Right.
So I was able to screw it onto that.
And just leave it there, yeah.
And leave it in the middle, and then once the posts were in, set it up and work out where I was going to cut them off at the same level. Just made things so much easier.
And you did a really good job on it too. When I looked at it, it actually looks like it's been done by someone that knows what they do, and it looks good.
Thanks, Carl.
No,
it looks very rustic. So I got the posts in then, which I got off Marketplace. They'll reclaim timber from someone's ceiling, hardwood. I had to get the rails new, unfortunately, because that cost me like $500 in
timber.
Yeah, it was like 38 mil by 150. But it looks very rustic. Bolted them on, put some mesh, 25 mil mesh across it, and then a couple of gates on it. Yeah. So I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. I felt very accomplished at the end of it.
You're done with that project? No, you still got a bit to do, isn't it?
Just got to play with one of the gates. But it's 98% done.
And actual customers check it out yet? Maggie and Kevin?
I did have them there sitting in their soft beds, but I need to get them a dog house. Okay. You know how hard it is to find a decent dog kennel?
No, it's not.
Dog kennel sounds cruel, doesn't it?
Not really. I think it's just bad connotations with stories you've heard, but the word is just describing what it is.
So I've been saying dog house.
What do you mean it's hard to find
something decent that's waterproof as well? Weatherproof, because it's going to be...
Maybe build one as well.
Well, again, I could, but by the time you buy everything, you end up spending more than...
Yeah, true.
I've done that multiple times.
There's some cool looking things out there, but waterproof. I see the waterproof part, Yep.
Maybe the people in the chat can tell me, here's a good waterproof.
You don't need a big one, do you, either? They're both fairly tiny dogs.
Yeah. Donna likes the waffle. Thank you, Donna. Pop music. Hello from Brisbane, California. Interesting. That's how they work, Tim. You need to leverage off them to break stuff up. Okay, well, there you go. I've learnt something. But I did get it done, but it's reaffirmed my desire to get an excavator here that has a
post-hole digger.
A post-hole digger and a impact.
Of some description.
A demo hammer attachment. Wee Wee's back. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Wee Wee.
Morning, Wee Wee.
Donna's saying good morning to Wee Wee too. They have wooden kits that are reasonable that you can use shingles on. Yeah, I don't know about shingles, Michelle. But anyway, I need to find a dog house for them, and that'll be done. But I felt...
And get some turf in there?
Yeah, I did forget to say that. I'm going to put some turf in there.
Yep.
I'm going to get some recycled... This is the plan anyway, recycled bricks. And in one corner, make like a triangle border with the recycled bricks.
Yep.
And then get some underlay in there and then some sort of turf.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to lay on what that is already there, because it's just rock.
That's why I want to do maybe one course or two course of recycled bricks for a bit of height.
Yep. I think you need a good 200 mm height.
Oh, God, no. I'm not going to be going that.
No?
No. No, that's...
The root's just going to bottom out at like 100. That's it. It's got nowhere else to go.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
You can always just, it's not a big area. You can just re-turf every time.
Well, anyway, it'll be interesting to see how 100 mil or 100, or how, I'll go down a bit as well. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Anyway, I'll have to get something that's the most shade tolerant. So, we won't be getting tiffed up or anything. But,
or maybe just throw rye and seed it, and you can just keep seeding it every time you need more grass.
No,
it'll work in the shade.
As soon as the dogs piss on it, you just get that.
What, you're not going to get that with any other grass variety? That's
just what you universal. Could do? You could do that, but have a nursery in another spot.
Just plug it each time.
And plug it when they, if you.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, it just occurred to me just then to go rice roots usually not that deep anyway.
Yeah.
And every time it dies off, you can just chuck more seed on.
Maybe I'll give that a try. Well, I guess if it doesn't work, I can just
then put turf down. Yeah. Something. Anyway. Yeah.
It's good working through this stuff. We might be doing rye there. Yeah. So that's that project. What else did I have happen during the week? Last podcast, we were talking about my rye and how I needed to mow it, and that I was going to try it with the Massport Rotor Roller. Correct. You probably saw. As soon as you left, I went out and
put the mower on it.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I think I went round to get it and put it on it.
Yeah.
That mower is so much better in that more open area than at the other place where it's awkward. So I'm talking about the Massport Rotor Roller, which is, it's a normal looking rotary mower, but it's got a big drum on the back, a rear roller, instead of two rear wheels, which means that it lays down like stripes, like a cylinder mower would. And yeah, I noticed here in a bigger open area where it's easier to turn. Yeah, that thing was really good. I was impressed with it. So
look good. How do you, so when you come, obviously you've got a lot of runoff space on the other end of the turf project.
That was the best part,
How do you turn when you get to this end though?
I just did two passes the opposite direction as a, like a turning area.
Right, okay. Oh, you did like a border pass, so to speak?
I did two perimeter passes and I was turning in that, but it didn't seem to be tearing it up much.
And it probably stripes it very easily, doesn't it? Like, I know rice stripes anyway, but I'm thinking that mower looks like it would just like lay down really nice sticks.
Well, I put the camera on the wrong side because it striped up beautifully.
But it worked well because it kind of actually showed the topic that you talked about, how the light can make such a difference to how the stripes show up.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of people usually asking, going, I've been trying, it's not striping up. And it's because they're just mowing, there's no wrong direction, but in terms of the stripes, they're just mowing in a direction that doesn't work for the stripes to show up. Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked really well. I'm going to keep doing that. It needs a feed, but it's been raining for the last 3 days here.
I got my liquids in just before the rain, so it was perfect. And then the rain came down, and I was like, "This is good. It's ideal."
I think it's meant to rain all week, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That sucks because it's looking like that rye that needs a feed at the moment.
But it's at least not constant rain. Like I know it's raining all week, every day, but yesterday was fairly good through the day. There was no rain. Yeah. And then today is the same again. It's not raining yet anyway.
I need it to dry up because I've got a block clear to do with a new mower.
Yeah, what's...
So, I've got the AS Motor flail mower, the walk behind one.
Your newish one, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's actually one of the blocks that I've done with this mower.
Yeah.
Actually, I posted, did you see the one I posted the other day on Tim the Lawnmower Man? It's that block which needs to be done again. And in that video, so many people were like, why don't you just get a ride on? So it was time to do it again. I asked them if they had anything in Sydney at the moment that I could try and show. I was talking about a flail, but they had one of their, it's kind of, I guess you call it a slasher. Okay. It's the Sherpa 940.
But is it a standard or is it
It's a sit down.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, so it's a 940, I think, which would mean 940 mil across.
AS 940 Sherpa 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, which
looks
actually,
good.
That'll be, the trail I've got back there that I showed you?
Yeah.
That'll be cool to try and see how that goes up that.
But with what?
Because it's all-wheel drive.
But you're not cutting anything with it, right? You just mean to drive around on it?
No, to maintain it. It needs a little bit of trim.
Okay.
The one back there.
Look at the wheels. Look at the wheels on that thing.
Yeah.
That'll manage fine on any terrain, I would think.
Well, it's meant to shine in hilly terrain.
Okay, there you go. It looks like it's built for it.
The block clear I'm doing is a flat one.
And it's just a traditional mower, in terms of cutting blades and stuff, or is it?
Well, there's the blades there.
Oh, yeah. It's a bar blades.
What do they call them? Yeah, I think, they've got like swing backs. It looks like they've got two. It looks like it's got a normal... Actually, you mentioned this to me on the phone. There's like a mulching blade, and then... So there's obviously two blades, like a cross blade system. One of them looks like it has swing backs at the end of it.
Yeah, so it's basically two bar blades, but one of the bar blades then have like a swing back at the end of them. Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Yeah, well, one of them's a mulching blade, he did say. But when people tell me this stuff on the phone or in conversation, I don't
absorb it.
Get a great understanding until I see it in person. But cutting width 90 centimeters. So does that look like the deck goes out to the edge of the wheels?
Not quite. No.
So it's probably a tiny bit wider than 940, which is still pretty.
That's decent.
I was going to say it's not that. It's wide. Here's transport dimensions 107. Is that right?
Transporting
107 centimeters.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, keen to try that.
Ride-on's a bit different for you as well, isn't it? Because
I don't do...
Generally, you don't do ride-ons.
No,
yeah.
I feel so lazy.
We're doing ride-ons?
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
So we're going to give that a try. It was meant to come, last week. They rang me this morning, the freight company, saying that, and bear in mind, I've, cleared the slate today to make sure I could be home. How annoying is it? Oh, it's very much a first world problem, but how annoying is it with when you're getting something delivered and they're like, it's coming this day or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, do you know what time? No, we can't tell you. So you're like, okay, I lose a whole day.
Yep.
But then they rang me this morning and said, oh, we've had someone call in sick. We can't get out there. And I had to put, and for want of apologies to any Karens out there listening, but I had to
You just offended Karens before you started offending anyone. Yep.
You can't offend them if you apologise in advance. I had to put my inner Karen on and be like, hey, that's not good enough. I've cleared the day.
That's just you normally anyway,
no,
right?
It's actually not. It's actually, I'm generally really...
Don't like conflict, yeah.
Generally really over-accommodating for other people. And then, but I was like, and I need to get this done because the guy I'm doing the block clear for has been contacted by... Oh, my God.
You're right. You're distracted. Yeah, he's young.
Oh, God. What are the odds of that?
The Mower's just arrived. What are the odds?
You know what?
You want to keep going?
You're going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to. Or maybe they're going back there. Just say hello. There's a lot of work going on here at the moment.
It's all good. You guys can ask me any questions if you want, guys. Not as entertaining as Tim is, but feel free. Literally, the Mower we were talking about is, I think the truck's just pulled up.
It's not. It's work across the road.
Oh, is it?
That would have been awkward.
What, did they pull into your driveway?
Especially when I was slagging them out. So it is apparently coming today, this afternoon.
Okay.
At some point. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, my God, Michelle. Who's that?
What's going on with Michelle?
No, not Michelle. Malak said fake grass for the doggos.
Oh, God, no. Don't have to worry about the pea spots. No, but you
didn't have to wash it off anyway, and the smell. Yeah, and it gets really hot in summer.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Nah, we're not fake grass people. Hey, did you see that sports field in the States that had the sinkhole in it? It was a AstroTurf playing field.
Okay.
And the middle of it has just dropped out. Like nothing to do with the fact that it was AstroTurf, but it just looked wild. The whole massive sinkhole.
Really? Okay, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you. What if my name is Karen?
Yeah, exactly, baby.
I don't have anything against shingles. I feel like we're not really shingle people in Australia, are we?
You don't see too much of it. Yeah.
What else arrived? Dewalt. We're looking at some Dewalt stuff here, which is still sitting on a pallet. Haven't even had a chance.
But I mean, Dewalt, it started from... Well, I know you weren't mocking him necessarily, but it started from that one video where...
That one funny story.
Yeah, one funny story. But they've really come to the party after that, I feel like.
Well, they've sent... What are we looking at there? They're 54-volt battery line trimmer.
Yep.
And then their self-propelled 21-inch petrol mower, which has the 173
That looks
cc
powerful. Yeah.
Kohler on. I think that's available at Bunnings. Again, I haven't done any research into it, but we will unbox while we're here. They've got their pruners as well, their battery pruners. which look very large compared
Very
to...
heavy duty, I should say.
Well,
and I think
I
it's
don't know
just...
about heavy duty, they just look big.
I think we're just used to that traditional shape. So I'm curious to see what it looks like in the box. You all right there?
Yeah, I could do
You
with
want to get a
knife,
chainsaw or something?
I could do with something. Here we go. We'll use an impact driver to
Oh my God, this is my
There we
keys.
go. That works.
That was
stabbed
not
myself,
unsafe at all.
Stabbed myself. I do have a 18 volt battery there, but it's a 9 amp hour. I don't think I'd want to be...
Looks like Michelle's used those pruners before.
Michelle's got these ones. Do you like them, Michelle? Tell me the pros and the cons. And what size battery do you use on them, though? Tell me the pros and the cons. So these are the Dewalt 18 volt pruners. What do they call them?
Oh my
It's okay.
There.
It's okay. I didn't drop them. There you go.
They're good.
How's it feel in the hand?
That's good. My fingers just slotted into
I feel
the
like
safety
it's
perfectly.
not an episode of the podcast without me dropping something.
Overkill, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, no, it's good. It feels fine in your hand, but we're so used to just a single one.
Yeah.
So they're different. It's very different.
Can
I think
you
it's
do me a
just...
favour? Go and
Get a
my
battery?
toolbox.
Yeah?
In the the trundle tray, and grab the other ones just to compare.
Sure.
Thanks. Sorry, I feel like I'm treating you like my servant now, but I feel like a 9 amp hour battery is overkill. It weighs more than the tool, but that's what we have here. So it's pretty responsive. It's not a fast action, but the trigger's responsive at least. Is it progressive or no? Wee Wee says breaking stuff again. Yes, I do. They wouldn't have been broken. Kind of heavy duty, but big fingers don't have issues using. Yeah, I feel like if you had big hands.
I'm not cold anymore.
No, can you genuinely feel the warmth in the jacket?
I just realised, I'm not cold anymore.
Yeah.
The jacket's good.
So these are kind of my go-tos for no other reason that they were the first ones that I used. I'm talking about the KebTech pruning shears here. I can't remember what size these are. I think these are about 30 mil.
These look like they can handle much bigger workload.
I'm not sure.
Look at the actual shears.
It tells you how big they cut on the... What should tell you how big they cut. Can you look that up for me, Karthik?
Yeah, sir.
They're probably 40 mil from the looks of it. Just go Dewalt pruning shears. I don't know exactly what they call it. Do they actually have a name on the box, or is it just a model number? Dewalt 18 volt lithium ion XR. It doesn't actually say what they call the tool.
235, give or take, price?
No, not the price.
No, I know, but I'm just looking at the price.
So skin only, 235-ish?
Skin only? Yeah, skin only. Yeah, skin only.
Oh, should I cut something? No, we'll do that later. I'll do another...
Do an actual video for it.
Another video for that. But yeah, so these have arrived. These are the ones that I'm used to, the KebTech ones, which are a lot more compact. They look like a toy compared to it, but I mean, these surprisingly cut really well. Yeah. I do have a larger set of these, which I lent out to someone and haven't seen them in about a year, but I kind of want them back now because they were really good.
Well, ask for it. I'm sure he's watching the video.
Michelle says, have you tried the Cress hand pruners yet? No, I haven't tried the Cress ones. Yellow tools are easy to spot across a job site.
True.
Davis says this could get good, drinking beer and playing with sharp things.
Yep. And it's not even lunchtime yet.
That's my life. So yeah, well, I'll do some sort of video on that. Give it a go. I don't know if they have anything.
Sorry, I'm not finding anything.
That's
yet.
fine. That's fine. I'll have a full video on it. But
to me, anyway, they look like they can handle thicker branches. They look bigger. They look longer, and they look like just more heavy duty.
I'm literally holding the trigger and you're putting your hand on the blades. What is wrong with this guy?
Test it.
Yeah, so we've got that, we've got the mower, we've got the line trimmer. I'm kind of wishing we're going to have to go for a drive and just look for some lawns to mow because that's winter. Hey, it's not fun trying out line trimmers and mowers.
It's wet. Like it doesn't dry out till like even on a good sunny day. It doesn't dry out till like well past the afternoon. By which time it's kind of like we're getting back to our non-lawn related lives, school pickups and all of that stuff as well, which is the part that's been annoying me, because you go out in the morning and you kind of want to mow your lawn, but you look at how wet everything is and you know what a mess it's going to make of your mower afterwards, and you're like,
you wake up motivated, you're like, I'm going to get a whole heap of stuff done, but then it's not till 11 o'clock.
That's right.
At least that it's kind of nice to be out there. especially here. Yeah, what else is going on, Karthik?
I see. Well, you've done the Dewalt, but I see another box sitting there, and I'm assuming you wanted to show us what that was because you haven't told me.
I'll go through that next week so I can have a look. But yeah, we've had a few things arrive this week, and it's been a very...
Any new Freemo Friday projects started yet?
No, I need to look for one because...
You've stopped sort of... Yeah, you used to, when you were in that old place, and you'd be in that area quite a lot, sort of moving around and things like that. Now it's just like you're happy here, you just
it's kind
you don't want to get out of here, don't you? You're going to turn into like a hermit in here, yeah.
I do want to stay here. It's harder to leave because there's also so much to do here. But this week with the fence and all that sort of stuff, I didn't put out a Freemo Fridays this week. That's how.
But did you put a video in its stead? No.
No.
God, that's got to be the first one you've skipped in a long time.
I went like 5 days not posting any videos.
Wow.
Which is probably the longest since I have started.
Don't want to mess with the algorithm too much, man.
No, exactly.
You might not be relevant when you come back otherwise.
Look, I was never really relevant anyway.
That's fair enough. No SOPs required here. Yep, fair enough.
David says, g'day. Michelle says, yeah, but water vapor off the whippersnipper is cool.
No. Looks cool, but God, it makes a mess.
Mullock left the Makita tools in long grass before, pain in the butt. Left green. What am I?
The tools are green. He left them in the grass, trying to find them afterwards. Because remember, someone mentioned how the yellow tools are good to find in job sites.
What Makita
possibly?
Tools are green?
I don't know. I accidentally left green Makita tools in long grass.
Maybe it's like...
Not sure.
I think like the Japanese ones or something. They have multicolour ones, maybe. You're telling me you sprayed at your place?
Just the front yard. I think I've mentioned a couple of times how it's had no love. I've given it no love. And it was no pre-emergent. First time in, 6 years that the front yard has not got any pre-emergent done.
Is the whole front or you...
Well, the council strip and the test patch. I just didn't spray pre-emergent.
So you had stuff popping through?
Oh, I had heaps of like broadleaf feeds. Like heaps. Yeah, but because it was broadleaf, I kind of always knew it was going to be an easy one to tackle when I got around to tackling it.
Yeah.
So I just left it. And then last week, I think we had a couple of good sunny days. And I kind of went, I was spraying for the backyard for like fertilizer anyway. And I had the sprayer out. So I just rinsed it out and I thought, I'll get it done. I should probably get myself a second sprayer for herbicides, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't, because I don't use it that often, I guess. And I just rinse them out after. But sprayed the front and surprised actually, because I thought with winter and the cold temps...
You'd have more?
No, I thought it would take longer to see a sort of definite...
Killing off,
yeah. But I've had really good kill already. Probably can do a second spray now for what's left, or actually pay attention and see if those weeds are not like the ones I need to be spraying with broadleaf herbicide.
Okay.
I saw one random big patch of like rye that had popped up.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I don't know if a seed like...
Oh, the birds might have taken it and dropped it. Yeah.
But that one patch was thicker than my entire the rest of it.
I find that same thing. Yeah.
So odd because I'm like, how is that got so mature?
Yeah.
And so thick, and yet the backyard where all the love is, it's still thin, but it's the sun. Like my front yard gets really good sunlight even through winter, and my back gets none.
Always grows better where you don't want it.
It'll grow better on bricks than it would on where you're trying to grow it.
I've had like wash off in like the cracks in the, or the relief cuts in the gutter.
Yeah, okay. And it's
and they're popping up in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even in the garden, and I'm like, I was super careful not to do it there. I even did it by hand. You're like, how did that even get there?
Yeah. So yeah, I sprayed that. The zoysia is almost at 100% coverage. Yeah. It's really, really close now to sort of getting full coverage, which I'm super excited for. It's a small patch, so I can really fuss over it in spring.
Yeah.
Because it'll take me all of like 20 minutes, even if I sort of walked around being super pedantic.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to get that zoysia looking like absolutely
what month spring?
September. What? Did you say what month is spring? Okay.
Yeah.
September.
I couldn't tell you what months correlate with what season.
Well, for my calendar in my brain starts from September.
Yeah.
Because it's based off the lawn. So it's like, if you ask me what month summer, I got to count from September and go September, October, November is spring.
I feel like
and then I go December, Jan, Feb.
I feel like I used to always do like my renos at the start of October.
Yeah, you should. Sydney mid-October is perfect, but I tend to sort of go early because I don't mind if the recovery is longer, but I like to get it to its prime, I guess, sort of mid-October at the latest. Yeah, it makes no logical sense because you're still going to end up at the same spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you go early or late. But I don't know. I just like getting into it a bit early. That's my front. Backyard's, the rye is doing okay. It's doing it. I'd like it to thicken more, but then it probably isn't thickening more because I'm not mowing it enough. If I mow it more often, it'll do it. But it's looking good. It's looking green. And
how often are you mowing it?
Once a week at best right now. At best.
Yeah.
And rice pumping. So like I could mow it every third day even, and that would actually help it thicken.
Yeah.
But it hasn't had a mow now for like maybe 10 days plus, to be honest. So I gotta like hopefully today when I get home I don't lose all motivation again.
I want to mow mine, but I want to feed it. It's just it's got that lime sort of
why don't you
green
mow it in the day and then give it a liquid in the evening?
Look there. So the deer were out.
Yeah, it definitely needs colour.
Yeah. Look at that. That's the deer. I finally got them on camera.
Oh, you got some footage of it.
That was in the morning.
Is that behind the chicken coop? No, where is that?
Behind the veggie patch.
Oh, behind the veggie patch. Nice.
But then this corner here.
Bro, that is so cool.
This corner here, they were absolutely munching on. They just pull it out. And obviously because...
Make them a nursery patch somewhere else, I think. Let them go there.
Yeah.
Throw some extra rice somewhere else.
We've been waking up to gunshots?
No.
Because the deer are a pest around here.
Okay.
So I like them. Like I don't like that they eat my rye, but it's kind of nice seeing them.
Yep.
But yeah, so they're allowed to be like hunted. So sometimes you wake up in the morning.
So you can shoot at them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I haven't got.
And are you allowed to then consume?
I don't know.
The deer after?
I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to or.
Bro, deer meat's good.
There's been, some of the neighbours have said, like, people have come here just to hunt, just wandering into the back of people's properties.
Okay,
and
that's
stuff.
not okay.
No. Yeah, so it's interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've got wallabies show up, right? Or was it kangaroos show up?
I haven't seen a wallaby since that one that I
saw one time.
Had on camera.
Yeah. Okay.
We got the deer. Apparently, there's meant to be an echidna around here.
Okay.
There's the horse that walks down the road that you saw the other.
Don't think you can throw the horse into the same
Why
equation.
not,
The lady was literally walking her horse. I don't think you can throw her in with the deers and kangaroos.
I do like the wildlife. It's very nice here. Yeah. We might wrap that up for the actual audio podcast. If you've got any questions in the YouTube live stream, we will answer them now. But once again, thank you for another 19th annual episode of the Turf and Tools podcast. We will be back next week because it'll be our 20th.
That's
podcast.
right, big one.
Apparently only 3% of podcasts make it to 20 episodes.
You made that up.
I did just make that up. It's not
Thank you for listening, everyone.